We are racing in Bahrain, and joining me in the commentary box this evening we have the Weltmeister, Regenmeister, Kachow. Welcome, Kachow.
I don't know about the gaming myself, but thank you. Good evening.
You're pretty good in the wet. Regenmeister's wet, isn't it? Wetmaster.
Yes, it is.
You're not a Weltmeister, are you? Though you're not a world champion.
Not in the CCR network. Not yet.
Not yet. You're leading the NRL standings, aren't you, right now? So
Yes.
you could be, by the end of the season, finally topple Honesy.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Love you, Honzi.
He deserves to be toppled at some point. He's dominated for far too long in SFR and NRL, so he deserves to be toppled at some point. But yeah, so we're racing in Bahrain this evening. We don't have a full grid. We are running with about 16 drivers, I believe, possibly 17 technically, but possibly 16, as one driver is having not just internet difficulties, but house electricity difficulties. All the power's gone off in his area, so yeah, we'll see if he manages to join us, but we are ready to go. So Delta is in charge this evening, so he will be sorting all that out for us. The oldest man on the grid, DCLR Kimi Räikkönen.
Had to mention that.
Yeah, so Bahrain, we raced there once before in Season 1. We did a full qualifying session. It's a 15-turn circuit, 3.362 miles, 5.412 kilometres. 3 sets of tyres. The hard, soft tyres are the C4s, the mediums are the C3s, and the hards are the C2s. Obviously, you do get the wet and the intermediate tyres to bring with you as well, but it's Bahrain, it's in the desert. You don't really get rainstorms, you get sandstorms. So, what do you reckon the probability of having using the wet tyres are this evening?
I'm not a big math guy, but I would say 0.0015%. That's my guess.
0.001%. So there's still a chance.
Yes. Never say never.
Never say never. Yeah. I mean, it's not. You never say never. Exactly. Didn't it? It was threatening to rain, wasn't it? In practice, in testing, there wasn't it?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. So, who knows? And if it's not water raining, maybe it's oil raining. Who knows? Yes,
throwing oil around. So we're just about to start the start qualifying. It's short qualifying we run in this league, 18-minute session. Who's going to be the first driver out on track? I've just got to see if I can send something to a driver. He wants my screen settings. Not sure why, but I can't send them to him. I don't think haven't got the option to do it. On screen display, no. Gameplay, graphics. No, I can't get on there. So there we go. Anyway, I will message him and tell him I can't do it. One driver out on track, and that is Medwards, who did our hot lap, and he did a 25.972, I think, on the hot lap from time trial. Was that a good time?
I think it's a decent time, but I'm expecting pole to be a bit faster. But I would guess that he could get top 10 with that kind of time.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I was struggling to get into the 26s on my practice runs the other night, so probably a mid to late 26 I was doing. So, you know, that's going to be definitely top of the midfield. If he does manage to pull another time like that off, it's probably going to be definitely a top 10 seat. So.
Well, we obviously have the time trial merchant Rogers in here. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets into the 24s maybe. I don't know about Fünf. He isn't the fastest guy in quali, I would say. but just dominates in the races.
Who's that? Sorry, Rogers.
Fünf.
Fünf.
Fünf isn't the best like quali driver. Like he isn't getting crazy fast lap times in qualifying, but just is so consistent in the races.
Yeah, no, Rogers and Cornet definitely push Fünf in qualifying, don't they? But yeah, like you say, in the race he just pulls away. It's quite scary how quickly he pulls away. So Medwards is the first driver who's going to start a lap. He is currently on the run up to turn 4. I think Nick said in the hot lap commentary, you can take quite a few different lines through there. You can either run wide. If you run a bit wide, you run the risk of invalidating your lap. 28 flat was his first sector time. We have a yellow flag already, but that's just a driver slowing down to get a bit of a gap, I believe that was. So Medwards in the number 55. Yeah, 55 Renault car. The downshifts on that Renault sound amazing, don't they, Kachel?
I like it, yeah. I think the Renault sounds are the best in this game.
Yeah, definitely. And Mr. Wu absolutely loves the Renault. He doesn't appear. Yes, he is here. Yes, he is here. He's in the Ferrari today, Mr. Wu.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
So Medwards, so 105, 556 in the second sector as well. He is now on the literally got a straight, a corner, and a straight left to go. We'll see what he sets the benchmark at. Coming around that last corner. Again, that's quite a hard corner to get right, that last corner, isn't it? Because you've got to get the perfect exit because it's such a long run down. 26.994, so a good banker lap from Medwards. Who else is next? We've got a Racing Point heading towards the line of Red Dog. Number 21, he sets a 27 flat. We have a McLaren who is just starting a lap, should I say. Red Bull of Cool Beans is heading down towards the line, and he goes fastest, 25.926. So we're into the 25s. You said you were expecting a... What time did you say we were expecting? A mid-25s, wasn't it? Mid to low 25.
I would even say that... Oh, why is he joining? I know I wouldn't be surprised if the top guys get into the 24s, because it's definitely possible. And Harry Rogers obviously already with a low 25, so yeah. Did you just see?
Oh yes! Wow, 25. So that's already 4/10 quicker than season 1 with Rogers. So he is, and that's just a banker from him as well. He always sets a banker, doesn't he? So that's he's only going to go quicker than that. Fünf is on a medium tyre, and he's coming down the second to last straight, should I say? Car number 56. Let's see what time he can set on his medium. Mid 126, so he's definitely going to have to go quicker than that. All he knows is he just has to aim for second place today, and he is the championship winner. He's won 2 constructors championships here as a reserve driver. We used to give out reserve driver points, and he's going for the driver's title this year, taking it away from his closest challenger Cornet. Rugby Daney is his good friend and a co-owner of RFL League, along with Cool Guy, who's in this league as well. Rugby Daney runs down towards the line in my seats tonight in the Mercedes. He's coming up to the last corner.
He's on a very slow lap though.
Is it not a good lap? Oh yes, he's in the 20s, in the 30s, and he's not even headed towards the line. So Cool Guy has retired from the session. He is currently serving a qualifying ban this evening. And Lasser is on a 1-shot qualifying for not retiring his...
I'm not sure why he went out so early then, because he only has 1 lap and track evolution is huge on this track.
Yeah, so he's obviously just going to try and get his lap in straight away. I wasn't expecting him out quite so early, I will admit that.
Yeah.
Dace in the McLaren is just starting his hot lap, goes around turn 1. Very tricky traction zone, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, isn't it?
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh, Mr. Wood goes very wide and he's heading towards the wall, but he manages to save it.
Oops.
Lasser's just starting his flying lap now. He comes up to turn 4. As again, it's quite a tricky traction zone out of there. As they're all quite tricky traction zones, actually, aren't they? You do feel like the car is, if you haven't got the perfect setup on, the back always feels like it wants to step out.
Yeah. Personally, I really like turn 4 though, because it's a tough corner because it's hard on entry and exit, but I personally enjoy it.
You like turn 10 as well though, you heathen, don't you?
There are better corners, but I'm not like most people who just straight up hate it. But it's okay, it's okay.
Who's this who's joined? Stu 86
Yeah,
OG?
I have no idea. He's
he pops into...
He's in my friend list, and he's in one of the leagues I'm in TUF, and I asked him how he joined the lobby.
Yeah.
And I asked him to leave, but he doesn't respond. I don't know why he keeps joining random lobbies. And I don't know why he chooses a car and now is setting a lap.
He raced one race in NRL, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Lasser sets a 1:25.849 on his flying laps. That's not a bad time from Lasser. That's still probably in the top 10 somewhere along the line, but he probably could have pushed it a little bit further. Dace is currently P2 with a 25.709, so he's 4/10 slower than... 3.5 tenths, should I say, slower than Rogers. And Fumph is on an outlap and he's put a set of soft tyres on now.
The big problem is now that the Stu has selected a car and is out on track, even if he leaves, the ghost will continue. So...
Because the lobby is set to friends only, so I'm not friends with him, so he shouldn't have been able to join the lobby now. Unless he had an invite from someone.
Well, I didn't invite him, but he's, I have him in my friend list, so that's probably why he was able to join. I don't know why he just joins random lobbies.
We need to kick him out, because he's taken a driver's... Oh, we got a... Sounds like a puncture. That sounds like the Alpha Tauri's got a puncture, but it hasn't. Stu's now left.
Okay.
No, he hasn't. He's in P10. He's jumped up to P10. There's no way of me kicking him out, though, unfortunately, I don't think.
Yeah, you can't kick people in the race lobby. Which is something Cody should add, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Rogers is coming into Sector 2. He was improving in Sector 1. I don't know if you're watching him.
Who has that? Rogers, sorry.
Yeah,
so he's improving as well.
Yeah,
very wide there, but it does still say he's... he was trying to be cheeky then, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was a 1/10.5 up. So Dace is... Cool Beans is out on track. He's setting another lap again now. B16 again is in P6 right now, so he's having quite a good qualifying session. 9/10 off the fastest time, so he's on a 26.2. Cool Beans is half, well, 0.3 up on his fastest time. Rayner's now joined. I'm not sure. It's been very scrappy in the Discord this week with the race attendance. So we haven't had. The attendance isn't brilliant recently. And lots of drivers do seem to be just joining and coming out as and when they like, so it's not the cleanest lobby for the last couple of weeks, which is a bit annoying because there's so many glitches in the game, isn't there, with people joining and rejoining the lobby, that it does just mess things up. And Thumph goes 2/10 faster than what Rogers could do, and he does a 25.162. Yellow flag is a Ferrari, so who would that be? That would be either Giamma or Mr. Wu. And it was Giamma on the medium tyre, car number 90. Who have we got out on left? Who else have we got out on track? Delta is on a slow lap and he's coming into the pits. Cool Beans is in the pits, didn't go faster than his original time. Cornet is coming in or going out? Coming in, I believe. Yeah, he's coming in. He's on a 26.8287. We have Rugby Daney out on track, who did a 26.675, so he's jumped up to P11. Mr. Wu, I'm kind of hoping Mr. Wu qualifies at the back of the grid, because whenever he qualifies at the back of the grid, he has a great race.
So we have Williams going out. I don't know if it's Fine or the.
No, it's Stu's coming out the pits now.
I told him in the TUF Discord to leave peace, and I pinged him multiple times now, but it seems like he isn't checking Discord for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Bit of a shame. I won't give him any screen time. So, Red Dog is on a lap as well. He is coming towards the curb of death. Turn 12. Do not touch that curb. He does touch it, and he gets a little bit... I was doing this last night in NRL. I was saying, don't do this, and then drivers were doing it straight away. And Red Dog just had the same thing there. B16 is getting a nice little slipstream, but I think Red Dog has impeded him. Red Dog impeded him in the last corner, so the two teammates getting in each other's way. I'm not sure if Big Boy was on a better lap then. I think he was. He's getting a nice little slipstream off Red Dog, but Red Dog just seemed to leave it on the exit of the right, on the exit of the corner where B16 would have wanted to be. We're having a horrible glitch with Giamma right now, which is the stuck in gear glitch.
I think that's one of the most annoying glitches in this game.
Yeah. Cornet is on an outlap, Cool Beans is on an outlap, Dace is on an outlap as well. So we have... Is it fixed itself, or is it still going to do it? No, it's fixed itself now, which is good. So Jammer is on a flying lap on the medium tyre still. He's done 4 laps on these mediums though. That's not brilliant.
Yeah. Maybe he's just trying to get a bit of a race in there.
He's going to need to pit, isn't he, on this lap and go straight out on the softs, because there's only 3 minutes left of qualifying.
I think it's going to be very close. I'm looking at Cornet right now, who's coming up to turn 4.
So Jammer's pitting, so he's going to put the soft tyres on, I believe.
Yeah.
So Fumph is coming up to start his lap. Dace is coming up to turn 12. Cornet is on a lap, and he's coming up to the tricky turn 10 left-hander. That was pretty nice, no lock-up, so he took the apex quite nicely there. Cool Beans is also coming up to turn 12. I will not say anything here. And he gets around turn 12 nice and cleanly, and he is a 1/10.5 up, just under 2 tenths up on his best times. That will jump him possibly 2 positions if he can nail this last sector. Obviously there's still some drivers to head on out as well. Cool Beans is running down towards the line, and he goes 3 tenths faster, so he does a 25.558, so that's a pretty good time from him. Cornet also crosses the line, goes half a second quicker, but it's only good enough for 5th place, 25.456. Fumph was on a lap. Delta's just started his lap, so we're right back on board with him. Fumph is coming to start his lap now, I believe. I thought I was saying that earlier. Rogers is on a outlap. B16 is on an outlap. Delta into turn 4. Very slight lock up on the right hand, but then there's another glitch, isn't there, that you've mentioned to us before. It looks like drivers are locking up when they're actually not.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but when you're driving yourself, you don't have a lockup on your screen, but then when you watch, Fumph actually invalidates turn 4.
Fumph's invalidated, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those weird glitches that just don't make sense to me. like different things on two screens, even though it should be the same thing. So I don't know.
So Dace could go faster. He is a lot slightly up on his time, and yes, he does jump Corbins, and he goes 2/10 faster than his best time. So Dace right now is in P3. So Rogers has got a real chance here of getting pole position.
Yeah.
Fumph has retired, so he has given up on that time. He's going to hope that that is good enough for him. V16 is 200ths up on his best time. That won't really push him too much further up the grid. Delta Lima with a 25.9. That is a great lap from Delta to put him into P7. Brilliant lap there. Righty is just going to have enough time to start his lap, and is Mr. Woot going to have just enough time as well? Mr. Woot is going to run out of time, I believe. I don't think he's going to get a time to get another lap in. And neither is Giamma. Giamma is not going to have enough time. The clock's gone 000, so those two have lost out. Medwards is coming towards the line. He is half a second up on his fastest time, so this is going to jump him up quite far. Oh, I say quite far, one position. He lost 3/10 in the last sector, so not a great lap from him. Red Dog is... I think he missed out on his lap as well. Righty Boy is on a lap and he's 2/10 down. Rogers is on a lap. He takes turn 10 quite nicely. He's going to run down with a DRS open. Delta Lima is out, gets out of his way quite nicely. B16 has jumped Delta Lima into P7, so the two wooden spoon constructors drivers are side by side on the starting grid in the top 10. Rogers, how far up is he? He is a 10th, just over a 10th up. How much time do you reckon he's got in this last sector? Right now, that would pretty much put him even Stevens, I think, maybe a little bit behind.
He has to find some time because the second sector was very scruffy.
That was a good last corner, and he doesn't do it. That is very close. It's two 100ths, 2/100ths off pole. So Fumph breathes a huge sigh of relief. He gets pole position. Dace is in the pits.
Mr. Wood is improving by almost 2 seconds in the second sector, so he will jump in a lot of places.
However, they missed the cut-off time, didn't they?
He managed to finish his third, so yeah, he jumped up into P10. So
and so is Giamma. Is this glitch again? That happened a couple of when the game first came out.
That would be.
I think it is because there was a glitch. There was a glitch when the game first came out that they fixed.
Well, they said they fixed a lot, but we know Cody, so.
True.
Who knows if they really did.
So we are going to have a chat about whether we... I'm going to go into the admin page now and have a chat whether what we do with the lobby, because we have that Stu in there.
Yeah, he isn't responding to me, so I don't know what's going on here.
So I've just asked the question. So let's run down the qualifying results. So Fumph in pole with Rogers just behind, very, very close. 0.021 off pole position was Rogers, so he starts on the front row. Dace with a great qualifying time in the McLaren, 3/10 further off. Corbins in P4, Giamma P5, Cornet P6, Lasser P7, B16 P8, Delta P9 and Mr. Woot P10. Outside the top 10 we have Red Dog, we have the Infiltrator, Rugby Daney, Righty Boy, Medwards, Rayner and Cool Guy. Rayner joined the lobby halfway through, Cool Guy had a qualifying ban. So Medwards, the hot lap entry for this week in SFR. Didn't match.
I keep saying it, but I still need him to perform a bit better in Alfa Romeo for NRL.
Yes, yeah, he's definitely a one league kind of driver, isn't he? He does seem to put all his luck. He saves his luck up for SFR.
Well, we are still second in the standings in NRL in constructors, so.
Okay, so you know he's brought you 10 points, which is a lot more than I brought. Anything. Now, why have I got session starts in 18 seconds and nothing else?
I'm still
That
Session
worries me.
starts in 8 seconds, but the countdown isn't. It's stuck at 8 seconds.
Yeah, that worries me a little bit. Oh no, here we go.
Ah, there we
Waiting
go,
for players, right. So, tyres wise, the top 10 should all select the soft tyres.
Yep.
Which they're slowly doing now, I believe. No one better ready up. If they do, they get shot. I was going to say something else then, but I won't. I think everyone's putting their setups on just yet. So B16's got the soft tyres on, so everyone in the top 10 will start on the soft, which means, as you said at the beginning, the soft tyre, you can do a one stop with a soft, but you are going to be struggling at the end on the hard tyre. Is that correct, yeah?
Yes.
So
Am
you
I
look.
allowed to ping everyone really quick to let them know to not forget setups?
No, it's already been done.
Ah, okay.
Delta's already done it, and Cornet's done the tyres one. So if anyone forgets setups, then they are stupid.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, you're looking at pretty much, I'm guaranteed, the top 10, you're going to say probably at least half of them are going to end up doing two stops, because they're not going to be great on their tyres, are they?
Yeah, especially the controller guys with medium traction control. They are going to be struggling a lot because the rear tires really get eaten up on this track.
Yes, they do. They're you do slide around at the back quite a lot. We've already mentioned there's quite a few tricky traction zones.
But it's also, you also have quite a few fast corners which really stress the fronts. For example, turn 5 and 6, and obviously 11, 12, 13 I think it is. After, yeah, it's 11, 12, 13. The
Puts
left, right, into the right. Yeah.
It puts a lot of stress through the tyres through that section, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very sketchy towards the end of the stints. When you Ryan already? Ah, never mind. Delta also left it.
Yeah, we're still waiting though on Giamma and Dace to select, and Mr. Woot selected the soft. We're still waiting on Giamma and Dace to select the soft tyres.
So are we going to see some? Oh, Wood is now not only Giamma and Dace.
Soft.
Dace
It's just
and
Giamma
now.
left. Giamma.
Come on.
Giamma.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh no, he did it. He
No,
did
he
it.
got it.
He did it just.
Last second. Last second.
That could have been very interesting. So we've got 2 comments on the YouTube channel. What's the comment saying? Let me turn it down so we don't.
Why is Sauce in front of me but he didn't qualify?
Who's that? Cool guy.
Cool guy.
Because you had a qualifying ban. That is why.
That makes perfect sense.
So if you had a qualifying ban and I've got a chance to do the grid, then you will unfortunately start at the back because you shouldn't have been anywhere anyway.
You have game audio when you are in the broadcasting cam?
Yes,
Okay,
I've got game audio. Yeah.
That's back to me. I always get confused when people start weaving at the start of the formation lap, because I personally think that it's enough to start weaving towards the end of the lap, and the weaving at the start just kills the tires. But I don't know, especially on a track like Bahrain, where every single percent can make such a big difference.
Right, so I'm not a tyre guy. I've got no idea what to do with tyres. My tyre wear is useless. I just start weaving because I see Formula 1 drivers do it, so I do it to make out that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot harder to obviously warm up the tires in real life, but in the game it's actually pretty easy. You just do a few burnouts towards the end of the lap.
Oh, Toss is spun. Toss is spun.
Is it really news?
His tyres are going to be on fire and he's going to have to start catching up because you get the warning, don't you? He might get disqualified from this session and go like I did in Hungary, and my tyres didn't get a chance to cool down. So there's drivers. We've got 2 drivers on the medium tyres. We have Red Dog in P11 and Cool Guy in P17 on the mediums. Rugby Daney, Righty, Medwards, Rayner and Toss are all on the hard tyres, and the top 10 obviously all on the softs. So turn 1 is always interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, very tight. The whole complex of turn 1, 2 and 3. I wouldn't be surprised if we see wings fly. Guys spinning.
Yeah, who's going to be the Mazapan? Who's going to put it in the wall at turn 3? Who's going to put it in the wall at turn? Who's going to be? I would say it. I won't say it. Who's going to be the Phoenix?
I'm only the co-com, so I'm allowed to say stuff like this.
Go for it.
I'm going with Righty Boy. I'm sorry, Righty Boy, but I'm seeing you in the wall.
I never see him off track, so that's a bold claim. That's a bold claim. I'm going to say Mr. Woot. Mr. Woot likes a... Right, so 5 lights. They're all out, and we are going... Sort of. They're not moving. They're probably already at turn 1. There we go. I think the game is a little bit wide, so I've probably been commentating on something that's not happening. Yes, it was. So Fumph is leading into turn 1 with Cool Beans into P2. Right on board. Let's go back out into broadcast. So Dace gets ahead of Cool Beans as well on the exit of 3. So it's McLaren and Red Bull. There is a car. There's an Alfa Romeo spun round. That is Rogers. His form in SFR is horrible at the minute, and he's at the back of the grid. I thought I saw an Alfa spinning. I assumed it was Toss. We all assumed it was Toss, but it wasn't. So Fumph is leading by 1.2 seconds. Cool Beans in P3. Cornet is up to P4. Giamma stays in P5. Lassa P6. Delta P7. Who's jumped the racing point of B16. Red Dog's gained a couple of positions up to P9. Mr. Woot in P10. Righty Boy survived turn 3. And he is still on track. So yeah, Righty Boy in P11. Cool Guy has had an amazing start, and he's up 5 places, 6 places up to P12. Rayner in P13, Medwards in P14 in the other Renault, and that is Medwards going up the inside of Toss the Caber. I think he just kept the position. I think Toss tried to have a look around the outside of him, but Medwards kept it there. Rugby Daney's dropped down to P16, and Rogers is unfortunately playing a bit of catch-up already. He is 3.5 seconds off Rugby Daney in P16. So Fumph still has the lead of 1.4 seconds. Is this going to be Fumph leading the from pole to flag?
I'm going to go bold here, and I will say yes.
Okie dokie, that's a bold prediction. So Mr. Woot has got past Red Dog. So Mr. Woot is currently in a racing point sandwich. He is the Italian ham in an English sandwich. Delta Lima in P7 is chasing Lasse Haverhals down. They had this fight in Hungary last week. Yes, not last week, the week before. Lasse took his tyres all the way to the end and frustrated Delta. So is he going to be doing the same thing again today? Giamma in P5 chasing down Cornet. Cornet is going to have to get past Cool Beans quite quickly, but he is currently half a second off of his time. Predicted pit stop strategies have just flashed up, so we've got lap 13 from the medium onto the hard, and has Lasse made a mistake? Lasse, no, he's got past Giamma, and Delta's joining this fight as well. It's too wide with Delta going up the inside of Giamma. Oh, Delta does just back off there just a little bit, so Delta does sit back in behind Giamma, but Lasse with a move on Giamma. Giamma is looking up the inside, thinks better of it, but we're going to have a nice long straight here. We have a spinner, and it's Rugby Daney off just before turn 12. He didn't even make it to turn 12. So what is going to happen? Oh, Delta does touch the back of Giamma. I think Giamma might be lagging a little bit. Puts a personal best lap time in of a 1:29.501. DRS is going to be enabled now, but it's not open just yet. So Lasse does keep P5, Giamma P6, Delta P7, and B16, Mr. Woot, all within a second of each other. That's a good shot there of all the cars coming down, coming around turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and then to turn 4. That was a nice little shot there. Delta keeps B16 boy behind. Giamma gets a bad exit out of turn 4, and Delta has got the run on Giamma. They've had a little contact. Giamma's ghosting out. Yeah, Giamma left the session. I think Giamma might have been kicked out of the session, so Delta gets P6, but B16 is going to try on the inside.
Giamma's also a lap down on my time screen.
Ah, yes, I've just seen that, a lap as well. So Giamma has had a few issues with his internet recently.
Now he's back.
And
this game.
yeah, where's Giamma now? Giamma's P9, so he's just behind Mr. Woot. So B16 is still fighting with Delta Lima. Obviously, Delta has to keep B16 behind him for the constructors. We need to get more points than Racing Point this weekend.
I had this glitch in another league just recently where one car was ghosting for everyone else, but they kept making contact even though the car was ghosted on their screen.
It looks like that was happening on this, actually. It did look like Delta and Giamma were banging a little bit, even though Giamma was ghosted, so I'm not too sure what happened there. We've got another yellow flag. I think Rugby's had another issue.
Oh, it was before Rugby got there. It was a yellow flag for nothing.
Oh, we're having this glitch again, are we?
Yeah.
Well, it's only taken Cody's 11 months to not fix anything on this game, isn't it, online? I mean, online, they make themselves out to be an esports game, but the fact is, you know, these things would flash up in the esports league races, and you know, they just don't seem to fix them any of the time, so who knows.
They pre-record the esports races. I'm pretty sure for that very reason.
Oh, do they? So they very kindly edit things out.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So no change at the front. We've got Fumph and Dace leading the race in both McLaren, so this is going to be top points for McLaren at the minute. Dace is having a great race. His SFR form hasn't been brilliant. Another yellow flag. Who is this? It is round sector 2.
No one's gone. It just
Just,
flag for no reason.
just a random yellow. Oh, hang on, who was that? That was Rogers, who had a bit of contact with Righty Boy just then. But all was pretty safe, so that's all fine. There's no real battles heading out on track. Mr. Wu isn't far behind B16, so we could see an overtake happening just here. They're heading down towards Turn 1. There's Ride on board in his cockpit. Let's see what he's got. He hasn't got anything. He's obviously running a little bit higher downforce. Delta is still stuck behind Lasser. Lasser gets a bit of a tank slapper out of the exit there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But nothing going on there, and all the gaps are pretty far out. So Rogers has got past Righty Boy. Rogers is making progress back through the field. He's already back up to P11. Those soft tyres are going to start feeling a little bit worse for wear soon enough, though. Cool Guy chasing up to the back of Red Dog, and there is a gap of 4 seconds between Red Dog and Mr. Woot. So the top 8 at the minute are Fumph, Dace, Coolbeans, Cornet, Lasser, Delta, B16 and Mr. Woot. Penalties wise, 2 drivers have 3 second time penalties. One of those is Rogers and the other one is Rainer Zufal. Another yellow flag in the same sector, but there is nothing happening, so we're all good. Position changes. Let's have a quick look. So who's made the most positions? Cool Guy has made the most positions. He's gained 7. And Giamma's lost 12. But Giamma wasn't running in P17, was he?
I'm pretty sure he's still...
Giamma's P9. Yeah. There's a Ferrari up ahead of him, so there is an unfortunate glitch for Giamma where he...
Delta and Lasser go side by side into turn 1.
Yeah, Delta goes wide. He's going for that switchback, but I don't think he timed it very well.
I think he went a bit too wide there.
Yeah, I think he went way too wide. He's not going to be close enough. Lasser's obviously running less downforce than Delta.
Plus you got the setup inside. That's interesting.
I don't know, but that's all I can say, because it looked like he was struggling to get... As soon as he moved out of the slipstream, he was struggling to get past even with the DRS, and running on the run to turn 4, he wasn't gaining anything, so I'm assuming that he is running more downforce than Lasser. P16 is chasing Mr. Woot still, but that's the 2 closest battles out on track. Cornet is getting quite close to Cool Beans, though, so we might see a move. And Dace is not... Oh, hang on. Oh!
So some good defending from Lasse.
Yeah, that did look pretty neat. Delta is staying with him. This would be good points for Mercedes if Delta can finish in P5 or P6. Very, very good points.
Don't jinx him.
I'm not jinxing him. He knows what he knows. I love him. So, Cool Beans pits. Cornet takes P3. Cornet is now going to have to chase down Dace. Try and get as close to Dace as possible. He is within a second of him, just about.
Dace are going for the 2-stop.
Delta's going for the 2-stop, is he? So he's in the pit lane.
Both on the mediums.
Okay. I mean, I've got an insight of another driver who is going to be, who we wouldn't think would be doing a 2-stop, but they are going to be doing a 2-stop.
Connie.
Yes.
Oh. That's interesting.
I didn't say his name. You said his name, and I just agreed. I didn't disagree.
I just guessed.
Let's have a look at some gaps there. Who should we go and join on the group? There's about a second between everyone at the minute. There's no close battles. The pit stops are taking precedence at the minute. B16 is still trying to chase down Mr. Woot, and Mr. Woot has closed up on the back of Lasser as well. So Lasser is probably going to have to pit soon.
Yeah.
Because Delta is going to be on a pretty blinding outlap. He's got no one in front of him on these medium tyres, so he is going to be probably ahead of Lasser at this point.
Yes, yes. But
Let's see what happens. Does Lasser pit this lap?
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he is. So is Mr. Woot. B16 is staying out.
Oh. Yeah,
So let's stay on board with Delta and see.
I think he should get this.
I think he should. He was not even a second behind him. So let's stay on board with Lasser. Lasser's at the pit exit. Where is Delta?
Oh, this is going to... Yeah, he got it.
Has Delta got him?
Yeah.
Yes, he has. So he's ahead of Lasser. And Mr. Woot is just behind Lasser as well. So Delta has now got to pull away. He's got about a 4 or 5 second gap ahead of him as well. So he's got some nice clean air. Fresh mediums, warmed up mediums. So he can really try and push now. Now, I would have thought Cornet would have pitted already. I think he might have changed his mind, you know, because I think he's now in the race. He knows he wants to obviously get ahead of Dace. He's got to try and beat Fump. Fump has got a 5 second gap. He's got to try and chase him down.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Fump is going to go for the 1-stop.
Yes, Fump's tyre wear is awesome, isn't it? He's pretty good. So we've had 5 drivers stop. We've had Cool Beans, Delta, Lasser, Mr. Woot and Rugby Daney, and they have all put on the medium tyre.
Dace is pitting, so is Cornet.
Dace is pitting and so is Cornet. So let's see.
Dace is getting the mediums. So is Cornet, so they are both 2-stopping.
Oh, so they are both 2-stopping. Okay, so yeah, so Cornet obviously out behind. Red Dog is in the pits as well. B16's in the pits, not Red Dog. I do apologise. It's all pink to me. Delta is.
That was really fast. And one of the better of the ugliest helmets on the grid.
So Reiner is chasing. So has Toss the Caber just overtaken Reiner, or is it? Yeah, he has missed it. Damn it. Medwards is pretty close to Cool Beans. I think Cool Beans might have just overtaken Medwards. Cool Beans has jumped Dace. Cool Beans is ahead of Dace on track, and Dace has got Medwards ahead of him as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
Cool Beans is pitting early. Is
big gap.
yeah. So
2 seconds.
Cool Beans could close the gap. He wasn't too far behind Fumph when they pitted. So depending on when Fumph is, let's ride on board with Fumph and see what he's going to do. He's coming up to the last corner now. He's going to have to pit soon, even if he is doing a one-stop onto the hard tyre.
Next lap? Yeah, next lap.
Yeah, so he's staying out.
And Honey in the chat saying two-stop isn't it. I totally agree. Two-stop is not the way to go, in my opinion.
I don't know, they said the two-stop wasn't going to work in France today, but it did. So, you know, sometimes on paper isn't always the best thing. So B16 has got a 3-second time penalty now.
Do you remember SFR season 2 in France, where I started P11 and won with a one-stop?
Yes, I do. On the game, one-stop is definitely better. But, you know, sometimes. Who knows?
Henry definitely committing to the one-stop is on the hards.
Right, but he did well to get up. He was up in P2. I know it was all pit stops and all that, so he's currently in P15, but he's gone long into his stint. The drivers ahead of him have all got a pit again, so you know he could do that. Dace has got past Medwards, so Dace is in P9. Corbins is still ahead of Cornet, and he's a second and a Cornet is a second and a half behind Corbins. Corbins is now in traffic though with Rayner. Holmesy is saying a safety car could spice it up, and that is very true. A safety car will obviously spice the race up. Hello there, Holmesy. Good to see you joining us this evening. Make sure you, Holmesy, this is just for you. Make sure you put a like and a subscribe. And click the bell. Yeah, there you go. Click the bell. So Toss running P5 hasn't stopped yet. He's on the hard tyre. He's going to go long into the race. We have a Mercedes of Rugby Daney. Yes, it was. So he's struggling. He came into the race last minute. I'm not sure. He probably hasn't done too much practice. So I think he's, you know. I'm not sure where Giamma is at the minute. He's behind Red Dog. So he's in P4, I believe. Fumph is pitting. He's coming out of the pit lane. And he's going to be into some traffic. Red Dog is just ahead of him. So, that was very close. So Red Dog at the minute could play a huge part in this race. Because Righty Boy's not too much further behind. And he's going to want Coolbeans. Red Dog is going to want to hold up Fumph, basically. He's got the very tricky, this sector is quite tricky to overtake. So we'll see what happens. Cornet has just picked up a 3-second time penalty. So when is Fumph going to make this move? Is he going to wait until... Is he going to be calm and wait until the straight? Or is he going to send one?
Nah, he's German. He's patient.
You say that. Rayner wasn't very calm and patient on the radio last week when he did that amazing... I will admit, it was an amazing overtake. So, riding on board with Fumph. He's going up the inside of Red Dog, and he makes it stick into the braking zone of turn 8. Red Dog, it does look to come back a little bit. Gets a better exit than Fumph. But I think Red Dog settled to not fight him too hard with that.
So something really interesting to look at is Giamma right now. He is ghosting and he's just getting pushed around because he seems to be ghosting for every other car. He isn't ghosting, he isn't really ghosting. So every car makes contact with him without noticing it.
Oh yes, he is getting barged around a little bit, and he is... he's coming into the pits. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. He's on the softs. And he's glitching on the screen. I can't stay with him. So Cool Guy is leading the race. He hasn't pitted yet. In his Renault. Fumph is 3 seconds behind. Red Dog is a second behind Fumph now. Coolbean's 2 seconds behind him. There's quite a tasty battle coming into turn 4 here. We are 2-3 wide with Toss, Righty and Cornet. Cornet looks like he got the move on Righty, and he gets a huge snap of oversteer, Cornet, and he goes wide. But he's going to go back up the inside at turn 8. Inside, that's a good move. That's a good recovery from Cornet just there. He's up the outside now of Righty and into the braking zone of 10. Dace is in P8, so Dace is still now behind Cornet.
Meanwhile, Big Boy got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Rogers, and he was on the start-finish straight, so I don't know what happened.
And Giamma he's currently fighting with Giamma, who is obviously ghosted but not ghosted. So, yeah, not too sure what really happened there. Rugby, P16, B16, P15. Rogers is obviously on a drive of his own at the minute, but the race will come back to him. Delta currently in P13, and there's going to be a bit of a fight into turn 1 here between Woot, Medwards and Delta. Can Delta pick up any scraps? Let's watch this as we go round. He's going to go up the inside of Mr. Woot of Medwards, and is he going to go around the outside now? No, he does give that up. He gives that up, but there's always the run up into turn 4 as well, so we'll see what happens here. But this is a good little battle for P11, 12 and sorry, P10, 11 and 12, but obviously pit stops still to come for the drivers ahead.
So Toss, the first of the guys going hard and long. Do you think he's going to go for the mediums, or would he stretch to go to the softs?
I'm not sure. How's Toss's tyre wear? Is it alright? How's his tyre management?
I think it's okay, but nothing special, I would say. But even if you have great tyre wear, I think he's going to go long and maybe even hope for a safety car and then go soft.
Yeah,
I mean, personally say go for soft.
So Cornet is making a move up the inside of Red Dog down the second to last straight, and he gets it done before the braking zone, which is good. And now he's got Coolbeans ahead, so we've got Fumph, Coolbeans and Cornet. Coolbeans currently 4 seconds behind Fumph, so Coolbeans did make up time in those pit stops.
He's getting past Toss. Righty boy.
And it's 3 wide with 2 other cars trying to join the battle as well.
And also next week, Righty boy, I didn't even see him. Jeez. Yeah, Rainer really pushing. If you take a look at the EAS.
Oh yeah, he's not got much left, has he? Compared to Wright, he's got 25, and Toss has got 54. So Toss is doing pretty. Toss is in Take
a look at Giamma. What? He was out of. Nah, I don't know what's going on with this game.
Yeah.
He was glitching out of track, so I don't know what happened there.
And he said he got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, yet he wasn't in the pit lane when I saw him.
Again.
Yeah, unfortunately Rugby is spinning around on the tricky exit of turn 1. Red Dog currently P14. Someone's going, looked like they're going slow there, but they weren't. That was just in the braking zone. Rogers currently P12 on his one stopping Alfa Romeo, closing up to the back of Medwards. What kind of gaps have we got? Righty and Lasser.
Conley
So
going to try and go for P2 now. Yeah.
Yeah, so Cornet gets that move done. He's now got a 4 or 5 second gap to catch up with.
Leave some space on the braking, mate. There's a car next to you.
Right, I'm going to leave you in charge for a minute. I need to go for a quick comfort break. Who do you want me to stay on?
Righty boy. Should have a nice look at the belt ahead.
Okie dokie.
Alright, I get another 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Right, I'm on Righty boy. Back in a minute.
Alright. Yeah. I think Rainer's getting really screwed by his penalties at the moment. I think he's on 6 already. Oh, on 9. Righty boy trying to go for you. Nope, didn't get it done. A good defending there from Rainer. Whoa. Touches the curb of death, but just keeps it out of the wall. A good car control there from Rainer. Very close to just ending his race. Now he will have DS. Right boy now. Is Righty boy kidding? No, he's pitting. It was the right decision to stay on him to see Rainer save his car, but it wasn't the right decision to stay on him because he's not pitting. I'll just look at. Oh, and Rogers is missing his left one thing, and it's another 3-second penalty. What are you doing? There's no guy with 6 or more than 3 seconds except Reiner who has 12. I think he's going to drop a lot of positions in the end just because of that. So obviously everyone watching the stream right now is seeing Righty Boy, who's 5.6 seconds behind a Red Dog.
So I'm back. What happened to Righty Boy? Why is he so far back?
He went into the pits.
Ah, okay. Right.
To the mediums. But we have on stream how Reiner almost lost it on the curve of death in turn 12.
He's staying well away from that curb on this lap. Just ridden on board with him. He took the widest line into 11, and literally you could have put more than a couple of wheels in between him and that curb there. Toss currently P6 behind Lasser, so Lasser made the jump on Toss again. Lasser faking to go into the pits but didn't. Toss still hasn't pitted. Cornet has dropped a second to Fumph now, so Fumph is unfortunately pulling away, and Fumph hasn't actually used any ERS up. Fumph has still got 90% of ERS, so he is literally just gliding along today.
So I'm pretty sure that we are going to see the champion today.
Yes. Du bist Weltmeister.
I think it's better if you say it because you have the great accent.
True. So Exotic's just woken up.
That's great. A bit late.
Mr. Woot, P7 is currently 1.5 seconds behind Toss. Yellow flag, but it's for nobody. Rogers currently P9, so this is a good comeback drive from Rogers after his first lap incident. He's got Delta Lima ahead of him, 1.6 seconds ahead. Is he? Interesting. Currently wheel to wheel with Cool Guy, and Cool Guy gets ahead of him.
Yeah. Also, if you want to take a look at the penalties, no one has more than 3 seconds except Yama for speeding, and then we have Reiner who's on 12 seconds. Which I will admit is very impressive in Bahrain.
Yes, Reiner's got 12 seconds, wow, so he's going to unfortunately drop quite a few spots.
I have to say it, but it looks like he's filling in for you in terms of penalties.
It does. Someone has to. Someone has to. What kind of gaps we got? We haven't really got. It's a bit of a lull of a race at the minute, isn't it? The pit stops didn't even really spice it up either. It's been quite a bit of procession, which is a bit strange for Bahrain, because normally Bahrain is pretty good.
Yeah, in real life as well, one of the few tracks where we see a lot of overtaking.
So Cornet now 6.1 behind Fumph, so Fumph is driving away. I'll just show the race leader on stream for a couple of seconds and then move back off him because it's boring. Right. He might spin at turn 12. He's going around turn 12. No, he didn't. He stayed away from there. Right, let's move off him. So Cool Beans is currently 8 tenths behind Cornet, so they're having their own little fight for P2 and P3. But Dace is currently 1.6 seconds further back. Giamma's left the session. Fair enough. I think his internet has been playing up quite a lot recently.
The thing is, we have no idea where he really is on track.
No, exactly. So I think that's that. But Cool Guy's chasing up to the back of Delta Lima. What's the pit stops looking like? So only one driver hasn't stopped yet, and that is Toss the Caber. So he should be pitting, what would you say, probably about lap 20, 21 for the soft tyres?
Yeah. I think everyone will pit around his window, so I won't be surprised if he's a net P6 at the moment.
Yeah, I think he might be, you know, because Cool Guy is... No, Cool Guy hasn't... Cool Guy's done one stop and he's on the hard, so he should be able to stretch this to the end. So I think Toss will drop one position, so Cool Guy will probably be a net P6. Maybe even a bit higher. Cool Guy could actually be quite high up by the time obviously all the pit stops come around.
Yeah. might even be in the podium.
Yeah, this could be a great drive from Cool Guy.
Yeah. Especially starting from last after quali ban.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the good thing.
Well, I think Bahrain is definitely one of those tracks where P11 is more powerful than P1.
Yes.
Just like Hungary, for example.
Unless you're thumped. So we've got some drivers in the pit lane. Rain, we haven't. I thought that was pit lane drivers, but no, it was... Rainer's struggling. He's got no tyre temperature now. Well, there's too much tyre temperature, should I say. He's currently dropped to P14, so Medved's moved up to P13. Again...
So, yeah, Kuga is in P2 at the moment. His gap to Cornet is around 13 seconds.
And he's got no time penalties, and Cornet does have a penalty as well. Toss is staying out, another lap. This could be a great drive from Toss here as well. This could be... Cool Beans is in the pits. Cool Beans has put a set of soft tyres on. So he's going to want to get some he's going to want to get some clean air and try and put a banger of an outlap in. And he will have clean air. We've got a Mercedes in the pit lane, which is Delta Lima. So Cool Guy has got a nice bit of clear track ahead of him to really put his foot down and try and clear Cornet, because Cornet's going to want to stop as well.
Yeah, but like Holmes said, the two of it just isn't the way to go. As you can see by Toss, Cool Guy and Finch, they are just... And Rogers as well. He won't have to pit.
That's true, yeah, Rogers could be up there as well. He's currently 3 seconds behind Cool Guy.
So he was, like, after spinning first leg, he was around 4 seconds behind the guy ahead and last. So
yes.
It's the one stop is much faster, I would say. Cool Guy isn't soft and he doesn't have pen, so he will get him, no question, but still.
So let's see if Toss pits this lap. He's probably going to have to get the best out of this strategy. He probably will have to pit this lap. He's got lots of ERS left, so yes, here he goes. So he is really going to push this last stint. He is going to absolutely smash it.
Well, he broke the curse last week, getting podium in Melbourne, so let's see how far he can go up.
So he's currently putting the soft tyres on. He's currently dropping down to P8. There's going to be a racing point. He's going to lose a few positions here, actually. Red Dog, Mr. Woot could possibly come past him into turn 1, and the Red Bull of Righty Boy. So Toss comes out into P11. The drivers ahead of him will have to pit again, though.
I don't think so.
Well, they're on the medium. Yeah, true. They're on the mediums, but they did put the mediums on pretty early.
Well, Righty Boys on 4 lap on mediums, Mr. Wood on 1 lap on mediums.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Sorry, I do apologise about that. I didn't realise. I forgot I had that. So, yeah, actually, they will go to the end.
But Toss will have a huge grip advantage, so I won't be surprised if he tries to send it into turn 10. No, he doesn't. Wood goes wide. Is he going to get both guys? I think he will actually.
Oh, 3 wide. Here we go. What a move. And he gets Righty Boy. And is he going to get Woot as well? Here we go. Round the outside. That is a sweeping move. What a move there from Toss the Caber. Now, would you...
We have the top guys pitting. Sorry. What do you say?
Would you agree that at the moment is the overtake of the race?
Yes.
2 cars in 2 corners. Cool Beans, fastest lap. Lasser does pit. Lasser leaving the pits on soft tyres. Dace pits, Cornet pits. Rogers up to P4.
And Toss now, look at that speed advantage. And he gets ahead of Lasser as well.
Yes, he does. Cuts in front.
Wow.
All that, and he used up half of his ERS on that on that outlap, so he was saving that, as I said. Yeah. So yeah, Red Dog with 2 wide. They're fighting hard into turn 4 around the outside. Does he keep it? It's Woot. There's Lasser. Oh, this is literally. This is wow. Whoa! I don't know who's overtaking who at the minute. There's too many cars.
I think Wood went past Lasse and Red Dog. Lasse went past Red Dog and lost out to I have no idea.
So Lasser is in the slipstream of Mr. Woot. He's going to try and go up the inside into the braking zone, and he does that. Rayner is retiring in the pit lane.
Wood coming back. The side by side through 12. 13.
But Lasser does make it stick. Yes, Lasser does make it stick. So, at the minute, Cool Guy is in P2. He's pitted, he's on 9 lap old hards. He's got a 2.7 second gap to Cool Beans. Now, Cool Beans has got fresh softs on. Cool Beans is a very fast driver. So, at the minute, Rogers is 3.3 behind. Mr. Woot and Lasser are still fighting it out. Righty Boy gets up the inside of Red Dog at turn 1. Red Dog does fight back at turn 2, but no, that's that.
So, Cornet, make sure that Kruger gets the podium. Doesn't wait. If Cornet wants to get this podium, he has to make up 6 seconds, get past Kruger, and then pull out 2 seconds to him.
Yeah, so at the minute, it looks like Cool Guy and Cool Beans, because also, what's the penalty situation? Because Cornet and Rogers both have 3 seconds.
Yeah. And
Rogers is dropping like a stone. He's just been overtaken by Dace.
Yeah, just the fresh softs against the used hards.
So yeah, sometimes I suppose he was quite far back, wasn't he? So
yeah.
It's not necessarily the strategy. It's just the strategy's put him up higher than what he really should have been. Yes. Yeah, from last to second. So it's a great race from him, and he's got it. But Cool Beans is chasing him. It's a second on that lap. So we will stay with this little battle here. Cornet sets the fastest lap of the race with a 27.679 right now. Any other little battles going on? Delta is just behind Red Dog.
Should get past
Riding on board. Here we go. Delta's going up the inside of Red Dog. Gets the move done even before the start-finish line. Red Dog is going to fight him back down the inside, maybe. No, thinks better of it. So Delta is 1 position away from points. Righty Boy just ahead of him on older mediums and to Delta's fresher soft. So Delta does get the better exit, and he is going to fight him down into turn number 4. Goes up the inside. A Mercedes and Red Bull at turn 4, and it's clean. They both stay on track. And there's no need to give any positions back on the straight coming up. So Delta moves into the points. Great drive from him again. Another points finish maybe with 5 laps left. He has got to keep it on the track. Righty Boy is going to try and fight him back, but with the older rubber on the medium, slightly harder compound tyres, it is going to be a bit of a struggle for him. But this is motor racing. You never know.
Oh. Kubin's now at the back of Kruger, so I'm pretty sure that Kruger won't keep P2, but I'm pretty confident in him staying on the podium.
It's not a great view here, so I'm going to change to the cockpit. So we are now on board. Switch to Cool Guy, so Cool Beans gets it done even before the braking zone. Cool Guy probably didn't want to fight that too hard, because what's the point? He's got a driver behind him on fresher rubber. He's going to want to just...
Cool Beans, no need to defend.
Yeah, so Cornet now 3 seconds behind Cool Guy, and he's got a 3-second penalty, so technically he's 6 seconds behind with 4 laps to go. Runs wide at turn 4, that could be a warning, so that he's got to be careful not to get any more penalties, because that will completely ruin his chances. But right now, Fumph is the driver's champion.
Yeah, it's yeah, I don't see that changing from
no. Penalties wise, B16 has 6 seconds, so does Rugby Daney. Jammer has 5 seconds, but Jammer still says he's racing, but I don't think he is. Rogers in P6 with 3 seconds and Cornet in P4 with 3 seconds. So again, seeing as we're running strict, it's been very, very clean out there today with the penalties, which you've already mentioned as well. So everyone's keeping it in the track, which is good. Cornet under 2 seconds behind Cool Guy now. I don't think we have too many more battles going on at the minute. Delta is catching up with Mr. Woot. He's under a second behind him now, so we could see What tyre is Mr. Woot on? Mr. Woot is on a 5-lap-old medium compared to a 4-lap-old soft. So they could be in a similar type of state by this point. Because the soft
team orders for Alfa Romeo, Roger staying crossbound, so happy.
Okie dokie, so fellow NRL, so Tosakava, NRL owner, is let by one of his NRL drivers, so that could be, you know, a bit of a payoff. So Delta chasing down Mr. Woods, lost some time. And there's no other real battles. Dace is under a second behind Cornet. Cornet hasn't caught too much more time up with Cool Guy just yet, so...
But depending on how fast Cornet manages to get past Cool Guy, I think Dace might steal this podium.
Yes, very much so.
Rogers and Lasse... Yeah, Rogers, yeah, still missing his FA. Can't really do anything about it. Lasse just going up his inside.
So these tyres on Rogers' car are really starting to hurt him now, aren't they?
Yeah.
But Lasse's a very quick driver in his own right as well. He is a very quick driver. He's Season 1 JFR champion by quite some distance as well. He absolutely nailed it. So there's that. Toss currently P6, so a great drive from Toss from the back. Second to last on the grid to P6.
Oh, Connie. Almost lost it in turn 2.
And we've got 3 drivers within a fag paper of each other. Cool Guy does is a little bit slow on the exit there. So Cornet has to be patient here. He's got the better tyre. He has to be patient. He doesn't want to send it because he doesn't want to make a mistake. He doesn't want to force Cool Guy into a mistake that's also going to take him out of the race as well. And he's got Dace just behind him, who in his own right is a very quick and quite an aggressive driver. So this could be interesting. Currently riding on board with them. As they go... Yeah, Cool Guy doesn't want to fight too hard. He knows that Cornet's only going to have a couple of laps to pull out a 3-second gap. Cornet could do it.
Yes, watch out for Dace mainly. I would say Delta getting past Wood.
Well done, Delta. Another 2 points for Mercedes there. That's good. No points for Red Racing Point this week, but a few points for that. So that's right on board with Dace. Cool Guy is going to fight Cornet back. Dace is closing up fast on Cool Guy though. This, oh, Dace, oh wow.
They're sending it on
oh,
and Dace.
They collide. Understeer from Cool Guy. Dace all the way around the outside.
Yeah, Cool Guy was just too ambitious under braking and just went way too deep, hitting Dace was on the outside.
Cornet was clever there. Cornet saw it coming and broke early, I think, and just picked up the pieces.
Oh, and
Dace has got a penalty, so...
I don't know if the stewards are going to like what Cool Guy did, I'm being honest. Because it was way too ambitious, and he just completely barged Dace off track. So... Yeah, Jose's saying you could see that coming. I think actually, I'm sorry Cool Guy, but that wasn't very smart in my opinion.
Just fighting too hard, I think. He didn't need to fight that hard.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was... Oh, Cornet goes very, very wide there. I'm surprised he hasn't got a penalty for that. As in for an extra warning. So he must be living dangerously on the edge of the warnings. But, oh, we're just starting the last lap. I thought the race had finished then. I saw lap 29 to 29. But no, Fumph is so far out in front that he is currently in the last lap. So Cool Beans in P2. He's having a great drive again. Let's go back to... Let's just run down... Is it all kicking off into the braking zone again? Yeah, Dace has got past Cool Guy. Cool Guy is fighting him back, but all he needs to do is just sit.
Don't try to go from
So...
You don't need to...
Cornet looking like at the minute, sorry, Corbin's looking like he's going to pick up his second P2. He's a bit of a podium king. He's got 8 podiums at the minute. This will be his 9th podium. Hasn't won a race yet for us. Fumford looks like he's going to pick up his 10th win. That will equal him with Cornet, 10 wins apiece. Cornet's probably going to pick up his... Where is he at the minute? He might pick up...
I don't think so.
He's only got another second to find in a couple of corners, and if Dyson they do fight, then that's going to be that. Kachow, you've got 2 wins in this league. That's pretty decent. You only raced for half a season.
I thought I had more than...
Oh, sorry if I missed you crossing the line, but you are the world champion. He is the Weltmeister. We'll get him in the party if you want to invite him in. We'll get him in the party and have a chat with him. Cool Beans crosses the line in P2. Cornet gets P4. Cool Guy gets P3 and does donuts across the line as well. So congratulations, Cool Guy, on track. We have Cool Guy, Cool Beans and Cool Guy on the podium. Cornet gets P4, Dace in P5. Toss, what a drive from Toss, getting P6 from the last to the front. Lasser P7, Rogers P8, a great comeback drive from Rogers. Mr. Woot P9, Delta P10, Righty Boy P11, Red Dog crosses the line P12, Medwards is coming up to the last corner now, B16, Rugby Daney, and Giamma says he's still going, but I don't think he actually is. I'm not sure what's happened to him.
Do you want me to invite Cool Guy and maybe Connie as well?
Definitely get Fumph in here, and we'll have a chat with Fumph, and then we'll go from there. See who else has a mic.
Alright.
So yeah, that is that with regards to the Drivers' Championship. Fumph has wrapped it up with 2 races to go in Bahrain under the lights. Fumph Cool Guy Nice is the champion. Cool Guy is the official Cody's driver of the day, driving from the last of the grid to P3. Constructors, that was good points today for McLaren. That was a P1 and a P5. Yes, P1 and P5. So good haul of points for McLaren and a good haul of points for AlphaTauri as well. And here we have our podium. We've got the champagne being sprayed. Another time we're seeing the race winner Fumph spray his race engineer. And we have the race results coming up very shortly here as well. So yeah, Fumph P1, a few fireworks going off in the background. Cool Beans, Cool Guy, Cornet, Dace, Toss, Lasser, Rogers, Mr. Woot, Delta Lima, Righty Boy, Red Dog, Medwards, B16, Rugby, Giamma, Rayner. Only 1 DNF. Not too many time penalties either, which we've already mentioned as well. So who was your driver of the day? Who would you put that down to?
Cool Guy.
Cool Guy. I would say Cool Guy as well. I think coming from the back of the grid to P3, absolutely fantastic. Along with Toss. Toss had a great drive as well. Toss had a great drive, but I think Cool Guy getting a few extra... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that is that. Are we just waiting for Fumph to come in here? Have you invited him in?
I invited him, yeah. I'm no world champion. Yes, you are. I honestly have no idea what's going on with this Discord name.
Rogers basically pronounced it like that, and he changed it to that, as that's how he wants his name to be pronounced.
Fun FFF Kogun is yeah, okay. My life mission is, yeah. Henry Rogers said in the, oh, there you go.
Is he here? Right. Fumph Kugelnice, du bist Weltmeister.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know if you can
Fucking
hear
finally.
All right, Kimmy, you're not that old yet.
Good show, still nodding.
Well done. Drivers' Champion, 10 rounds gone, so 10 races. Pretty much, was that 8 wins? 8 wins out of 10 this season?
No, I think 7.
7 out of 10, but
Because
10
I did race
podiums.
in Great Britain.
That's very true, yes, good point. So, yeah, 9 races started, 7 wins, and 9 podiums. So, yeah, congratulations to you. How was that race? That was pretty much pole to flag, apart from when the pit stop phase happened and you came out behind Red Dog. That was a pretty easy race for you, yeah?
Yeah, okay, outside the banging things, I don't know that, do they know that at one? I don't know. Yeah, yeah, what easy race. I think Roger had a collision during the race, so at the
Yes,
start,
turn 3 I think
so
it was.
away. So he was away, and then it was easy. Just drove a race, looked after the tires, and yeah, I'm happy for this. Don't know what to say. I'm just a little bit flash.
No. So you've obviously raced in other leagues. Have you won Drivers' Championship out of other leagues as well?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like
So how,
FOL, UFL this week.
this week, so you've won another championship this week?
Yeah, officially yesterday.
Oh, well, there you go. Yesterday, today, sorting it. You're smashing it.
Yeah, I'm so. It's a good time right now, but yeah, I think it was not the hardest battle in this league, but I think it was a quite nice one with Corner because we have to respect to each other.
Yes, exactly. You've had some really good on-track battles as well. Hungary
Yes.
especially, and
Yeah,
a
that's
couple of other
important.
races.
Like
Yeah.
we are fighting for the championship, but still have respect to each other. I see in many leagues, and I think Kacho can tell something there too. That in the championship fight, it can get very hot with emotions.
Yeah, and there's always controversy in a championship winning season as well, isn't there? Obviously, the controversy for you this year was Monaco.
Yeah, because I won just because of a disconnect.
Yeah, so that's an extra 7 points you gained in that race that you shouldn't have possibly had. But that's I think you still would have won the I think even taking away 7 points probably would have won you the championship today anyway. So yeah, that's that. Well,
I think I'm happy to win because I said to my old teammate Tribal that I will win the championship for him, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but for his wife, future wife too.
oh, okay. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Kachao, anything to add?
Du bist Weltmeister. Herzlichen Glückwunsch.
Ich bin Weltmeister.
Du bist Weltmeister.
Ich habe das gemacht. Ich weiß noch am Anfang der Saison, wir haben drüber geschrieben, glaube ich, Kacho.
Ah ja, stimmt. Yes, we did.
Yeah, I did it for Kacho too.
Oh, you did it for Kachao as well, for his fellow German.
I told him to win, please. To keep up the German flag in his sleeve.
Yeah, so I'm allowed to say 1 to 2 words in Germany. German.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think I have to say thank you to my dad.
Of course.
He watched the whole season. Deswegen nochmal danke, Papa. Hat
Papa 5 Kugel
die Saison
nice.
sehr verfolgt. Yeah, Papa. Ja, nochmal danke. Muss aber noch sagen auf Deutsch. Ist echt erstmal eine Weißwurst, eine Brezel und trinken Maß. Ja, sonst grazie ragazzi, ist aber McLaren Driver.
Grazie and your ragazzi is a McLaren driver. That is pretty heathen. All good. Well, congratulations again, and you know, possibly see you on the grid next week if you can be bothered to show up. You won the championship now.
Don't get cocky now.
I mean, we all know that the true champion is Rocco. You just don't want to show us.
Exactly.
replays.
I'm just exactly. That's the
I
whole
paid
point.
him.
Yeah. Just haven't got the money yet, so I'll have to start showing it soon.
See you.
All good. All right then. So, Kachow, how was that race for you? Good race.
The first thing was pretty exciting, I would say. The second still was pretty boring at times, but then once the second phase of pit stops kicked in and people on different strategies started meeting on track, it got very exciting. Obviously, huge tire differences on track. So yeah, I enjoyed it for the most part, I would say.
Yeah. No, it was let's say it was very much like a real Formula One race where the strategies were playing more of a part than the on-track overtakes. It was all about, the drivers who are on the one stops, the drivers who are on the two stops, and you're just waiting for the pit stops to happen and seeing how it all sprinkles out. But definitely that move from, was it Tosta Kaber, who got two drivers in two corners around the outside, up the inside, that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, on the Big Boy and Tool, I think.
I think it was a Racing Point and a Ferrari. I think you are correct. Any moments of the race that you want to pick up on? Anything that you know?
I don't know if you looked at the Discord yet, but Henry Rogers, I briefly mentioned Big Boy, or I think Mike Edwards, one of those guys getting a penalty for causing a collision down the main straight, and Henry Rogers sent a clip of it into the Discord. I would say that's my moment of the race, because well, it's hard to explain, because we saw Jama glitching like the whole race, and then on his screen he just appeared in the middle of the straight. Rogers tried to dodge him, and then Big Boy or Mike Arrows appeared out of nowhere and just broke his front wing. So, wait, I will ping you on it in the.
I can see it actually. So, was it what happened? He just.
I have.
All of a sudden, the driver's in front of him, is it? Whoa! Jeez, yeah. I mean, nothing. Whoa, that is crazy. Yeah, we'll share that. That's quite a funny clip.
Whoa! Oh,
I mean, yeah, that wasn't.
There's nothing anyone can really do, because
no.
The Racing Point just tries to avoid Giamma out of nowhere and loses control, and like, it's just so unfortunate how buggy and glitchy this game is. It's insane.
Yeah.
I really hope it will change for next game. I really hope so.
We say it every year and it never does.
Yeah.
So like I say, they fixed one thing this week, but they appear to have broken quite a few other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So
maybe some EA money, who knows?
Who knows? All right, well, I think that's it. That's the end of the stream. We'll leave it there. We head to Singapore next week, I believe. Let me just double check that. Singapore, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, Singapore's going to be a good race. Another night race, 2 night races back to back, and then we head off to South America, or sorry, Central America. Not South America. Mexico is not in South America. I shouldn't say that. But yeah, we head to Central America for the Mexican Grand Prix. So that'd be a good one. So 2 races left of the season. Round 11 Singapore, round 12 Mexico, and the constructors are still all very up for grabs. Thank you for joining me this evening, Kachow.
No problems.
And we'll leave it there. Have a good rest of the evening.